Someone tagged me in the parent group chat out of the blue. Final part. Her father, Marcus Thorne, was standing over Leo. He was holding a piece of dry, cheap, mass-produced bread and trying to shove it into Leo's mouth. Eat it. You love being so protective of your food, don't you? I'll make sure you get your fill today. My Paisley wanting your stuff is a blessing. How dare you try to hide it from her? Leo was struggling and coughing. The dry bread crumbs were choking him, turning his face a dangerous shade of purple. When Marcus saw Leo resisting, he raised his foot and slammed his heavy leather boot down onto Leo's small hand. AHHH. Leo let out a gut-wrenching cry. In that instant, every ounce of my restraint snapped. My logic was replaced by a cold, murderous rage. I charged in like a storm, kicking a desk out of the way with a deafening crash. I grabbed Marcus by the collar, slammed him against the wall, and delivered a slap so hard it echoed through the room. I used every bit of my strength. Marcus was dazed instantly, blood leaking from the corner of his mouth. I didn't stop. I swung again, hitting the other side of his face. You laid a hand on my son. I'll destroy you, I roared, my eyes probably looking like those of a demon. Marcus finally snapped out of his shock. He started screaming like a cornered rat, lunging at me. You bastard, you dare hit me. Do you have any idea who my wife is? He grabbed a glass vase from a nearby table and hurled it at me. I dodged it, and the glass shattered against the wall. Marcus picked up a jagged shard of glass and pointed it at me, his eyes full of venom. My wife is Scarlett Thorne, the regional director at Apex Investments. You're finished. I'll make sure you and your son are run out of this city. Just then, Ms. Miller and a group of security guards burst into the room. The teacher didn't even look at the situation before she started screaming at me. Leo's dad, have you lost your mind? How dare you commit an assault inside this school? Guards, grab him. If anything happens to Paisley's father, you'll never be able to pay for the damages. The guards began to close in on me. Marcus held the glass shard, a twisted, arrogant smirk growing on his face. Scared now? It's too late. I'm going to make you and your son crawl on the floor and beg. I shielded Leo behind me, staring at Marcus with a gaze so cold it could have turned the room to ice. I ignored the guards and knelt down to check on Leo's hand. There was a deep, dark boot print on his fair skin. The area was already starting to swell and turn a sickening shade of purple. Leo was shaking with pain, biting his lip to keep from crying, his eyes filled with pure terror. The sight felt like a knife being driven into my heart. I could barely breathe from the pain of seeing him like this. I stood up and swept my gaze across the teacher and the guards. Try to touch me and see what happens. My voice wasn't loud, but the sheer authority in it made the guards freeze in their tracks. I pulled out my phone and dialed the police. I'm at Sunnyside Bilingual Kindergarten. My son has been assaulted, and I'm currently being threatened with a weapon. After hanging up, I looked at the still smirking Marcus. What did you say your wife's name was? Scarlett Thorne from Apex Investments? Marcus thought I was finally showing fear. He lifted his chin and waved the glass shard in front of my face. What? Finally realizing how much trouble you're in?